Welcome back to the 52 Special In-Game Wagering Show. Here's Brent and his guys in the desert, only on the Vegas Stats and Information Network and SiriusXM Channel 204.
Bingo! The crowd comes alive as White dashes in for the touchdown for the New England Patriots with inside of 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Brian McFadden, former defensive back, couple of Super Bowls with the Pittsburgh Steelers, been watching that action. The big play, they got Hogan and they were picking on Mills, who's been an overachiever, to say the least. That is who they picked on that time for that long pass. What did you see with the inability of Mills to defend that Hogan pass?
Eyes. If you play with bad eyes, you will put yourself in a bad position, and that's what we saw. That's what we saw based on the double move. They ran a hitch and go, about 10-yard stutter and go, and we saw this throughout the entire 2017. That has been the storyline of the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. They play with bad eyes, and that has really put them in positions to really give up a lot of big plays. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that come through once again for the New England Patriots late in the ball game, because we know this is an aggressive group, and sometimes they look in the wrong direction. If you look in the wrong direction, Brent, you're going to get beat.
Can you imagine a Super Bowl with 2 missed extra points? We've just had the second one. That might be a Super Bowl record. I certainly hope you had the over on that amount.
Yeah.
So, Gostkowski, I think in his career from the new spot, has only missed one coming into this postseason. I mean, this is unbelievable. The first one wasn't his fault, but this one, he just shanked.
Now, also, too, think about the 2-point conversion.
Yes.
Doug Peterson being extremely aggressive early in the ball game. Now, if you kick that PAT, you're up 4 points.
Just a 3-point game now.
That's it.
Yep.
Now, Brian, let me go back to how the Patriots got the ball off of Jeffrey's hand. What did you see with Harmon's interception off the deflection off his hands? What did you see with that duel?
Harmon, his entire career, he has always been in the right position at the right time. A very, very clutch guy, and he just was pursuing to the football, and Jeffrey not being able to get fully control of the ball. You saw it slipped off his shoulder pads, and like I said, when you hustle to the ball, good things tend to happen. But one thing I do see in this game offensively for the Philadelphia Eagles, anytime Nick Foles see Alshon one-on-one, he's going there. And I don't have an issue with that. That was just a freak play that we saw, but I like Alshon against any corner the Patriots have.
Brent, how about an updated price here? Once the Patriots scored,
was the defensive back on it, and it's incomplete. So that will bring up now a big third down.
You know what? I don't like that call, and here's why. It's 2nd and 3. Let's run it. Because now we have to be mindful of the clock, because you have Captain America standing on the sideline waiting, and they get the ball after halftime.
It's a great call.
Let's run it, and let's get 3rd and 1. You got LeGarrette Blount. Let's find a way to make it extremely easy in our favor to have 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Even if you don't get 1 yard, I still like the ability to work the clock.
It's a potentially game-changing error, as you say, giving Tom Brady the ball if they don't convert here with much time left on the clock.
Yeah, exactly, because he's got plenty of time, although they have to be a little concerned about Gostkowski misfiring on the kicks. But a big completion.
Wow.
55 yards to Clement. Oh, my. Chung saves a touchdown. Talk about a game changer. The numbers are about to spin again. Brian, what happened on that play?
Well, you saw the matchup. What they did was they put Corey Clement and motioned him outside. He ran a wheel route, and he was singled up on the safety, and he was a little bit too aggressive. And when you look at the momentum he had, he's a great player as far as catching the football out of the backfield, arguably their best running back as far as catching, and he was able to use his athleticism. The issue with this, though, is Patrick Chung doing what he was supposed to do, which is make the tackle. But now if you're Philadelphia, let's milk it. Let's milk this clock and find a way to put points on the scoreboard.
To Bryant's point, I wouldn't even snap the ball. I would have taken a timeout with 1 on the play clock and then execute it. I mean, they did a good job here getting it off at 1. There's no way you should allow New England to have a chance here at all.
And you remember what I said yesterday talking about props as far as half betting. If you can take the Eagles first half, do it. Because when you look at recent history, teams that play against the Patriots that are not used to being in this game, they shoot their best effort in the first half. We saw that a year ago with the Falcons. We're seeing that right now. Now it's about the adjustments. Now this is where it gets a bit sticky at halftime.
In your opinion, the Patriots the best in the league at second half adjustment?
Oh, no question. Have you seen the 2 Bills?
Yes.
Oh,
I did. Was that not phenomenal?
I mean, I don't like Belichick, but I like him.
It's so funny how that made him so much
possible?
more likable.
Yes.
I agree.
The guy was before his time and what he's still doing. And I said earlier, every time they're playing the ball game, there's about 70 to 80% they're the least talented team from top to bottom outside the quarterback.
Wow.
But they still win.
Field position has the Eagles now 2.5-point favorites. The total 60.5.
Well, it was interesting. That timeout was called by New England.
Yeah, they're trying to get the
Because
ball
they're
back.
trying to get the ball back here if they can in the closing seconds, and it will be second down
Please don't throw it.
and goal. Second down and
Just run
goal.
Just run
Clement
it.
in the middle. And this is going to bring up third and goal as that defensive front is able to keep Clement short of the goal line. And so now the Patriots quickly fire their second timeout with 40 seconds to go. 41 seconds, I think, is going to be put up on the clock here.
I don't know if we mentioned this the first time around, but that first LeGarrette Blount touchdown for the Eagles cost the South Point $25,000 per Jimmy Vaccaro.
Wow.
Proposition bets.
Speaking of the first touchdown by Blunt, I'm confused about why he was not in the ball game when he's your best short yardage back. Like,
The only thing I could think of, and you can agree or disagree, is maybe trying to confuse him with the formation. But to me, I'm with you. I think he's got to be in there. He's a battering ram.
yeah, because when you look at the formation, you know, and we know if I'm a defender from the Patriots, they're trying to work the clock. So with that being said, you had Nelson Aguilar as your running back. You're not giving him the ball.
Yeah.
Especially-
Incomplete. So now it is
What is
decision time. Decision time for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Run the ball. Run the ball. If you don't get it, make them use another timeout. Like I don't understand. Like it's not difficult, right? It's not difficult. You're playing against the best NFL player ever. This annoys me.
Nobody is happier that you're here than me because I kill these coaches on game management every time. Frank gives me a hard time. It's simple math.
I mean, just run the football. Guess what? The clock stopped on its own. They still have, what, 2 timeouts?
One.
One
timeout.
That's more than enough time.
Absolutely.
And granted, you missed a key opportunity of putting 7 on the board. Run the Oh, he's going
They're
for
going to
it.
go.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm about to have a heart attack. Listen. Oh, no. Are we for real? Okay, let me ask you guys a question. We're going to get a timeout here, right?
Yeah, the Eagles are going to use the timeout.
They have to, Brent. Now, I never coached at any level, outside of Madden, but I used to be pretty good. But if I feel like I am in 4-down territory and the ball is on the 2-yard line, right? On 3rd down, if I've already communicated to my offensive coaches, we're going for it on 4th down. I am going to run the ball.
Yes.
To Brian's point, number one, you've got LeGarrette Blount back there. I always ask this question. If you're on defense and if you're a Patriots fan, do you want to see LeGarrette Blount in this situation? And to me, it's a no.
Listen, Coach Dick LeBeau, arguably one of the best defensive minds I've ever been around, he always used to tell us as players, offensive coordinators, they're egocentric individuals. They have to feed that ego. They don't want to do it the easy, hard way.
They're going with Clement in the backfield.
Come on, please tell me they scored,
Okay,
right?
and they're showing pass with their formation, and they're going to go. They're going to go with a reverse.
Oh, my goodness.
They're going to try trickeration. Touchdown.
Woo!
They throw to Foles.
I mean, it shouldn't have to be this difficult. Right?
Wow.
And that was Burton, an interesting story.
Great call.
Because like Bryant, Burton is a Florida youngster, went to the University of Florida. He is one of the tight ends, but he was an emergency quarterback in Gainesville.
Yes, he was.
Okay?
He signed on as a quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, Brett.
He did. They recruited him as a quarterback.
That was a great 2-point conversion play.
Yeah.
That's the play you
probably
wanna
what it
run.
was.
Yeah.
It's probably what he did use.
Now, granted, I don't have an issue with them using it here, but that's what they should have ran early in the game. This was a great executed play. Oh, that was a much-needed score.
It should be pointed out. If that does not work, oh my goodness, the second
Man,
guessing.
I would have
on that.
passed. Oh, he
to
missed.
have LeGarrette Blount on your team.
Amal and Bryant would have gone off
Yeah.
the charts.
Absolutely.
You got that right.
It's just, you know what? Outside of me having financial ties to the Eagles, I just want to see quality play from the field and also from the sideline.
Yeah.
And what we see this every week from coaches that get paid top dollar when it's not that difficult.
I want to go back a second. Did you say financial ties to the Eagles, Vlad?
Yes, I
Welcome to Las Vegas, my friend. Welcome to Las Vegas.
sometimes peer pressure gets the best of me. I'm a part of the club now. I got 2 tickets in my hot pocket.
This will be the best Super
And-
Bowl you ever had.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's be a good feeling. Hopefully, I can walk behind me and cash in and get some nice cashews.
So the extra point is good for the Eagles, and
That's a big drive.
and a touchback on the kickoff, and 34 seconds remaining in the first half of this game. 22-12 now is the score. 22-12. So, Vinny, how about the numbers? Have they put up anything? I know that they're busy right now working on the second half, the static second half.
Getting ready for the halftime number, but right now 2.5 to 3. Brent, when you look around, William Hill 2.5 minus 35, which equates to about a 3.5. Actually, the total on this game 62.5 now for the game. So a big adjustment now, and then we'll explain about halftime how that's going to be. Halftime is strictly on the second half, which also includes overtime.
I was going to say, I know they're only down by 10 points, but I don't know if you guys agree with me. It feels like the lead is much greater than 10 with the way Philadelphia's offense has been executing.
I think the Eagles are playing with extreme confidence and with a little bit of chip on their shoulder. And Bryant talked about that all week long. No doubt about it.
Yeah, being relaxed and being
They're in
comfortable.
control.
Incomplete.
But no lead is safe.
Not
Even
for
though
this
they're
team.
up only 10, they should be up another 5 to 6 points.
The Patriot bettors are saying we got them right where we want
Yes,
them.
we've seen this story before. Remember, a year ago, Matt Ryan was the league MVP, and he led the highest scoring offense throughout 2016. And they had, a 25-point lead?
Yep. 28-3.
And 2 weeks ago, we saw the Patriots down 10 in the fourth. So again,
Yes.
Well, that was helped immensely by the fact that Jacksonville thought there was only 2 downs to actually throw the ball because they ran the ball every time on first down like it was
almost
required.
every first. Yep.
Better's flashback. Come on.
27 seconds remain. A first down. Dorsett.
I mean, he's almost in field goal range also.
So he's getting reps right now, Bryant,
Yep.
because Cooks is out. So he becomes the replacement for him as the wide receiver. He's got some speed.
Another speed guy, extremely fast, but he lacks the chemistry that Brandon Cooks had with Tom Brady. So I can easily see this guy just being able to stretch the football field to open up things underneath.
The ball is near midfield, but still on the New England side of the 50, and the Patriots use their last timeout.
I want to revisit something that Bryant brought up in that last situation when it was 3rd down and goal and they threw the ball. That timeout would not have been able to be utilized had they had run the football.
Yeah.
New England would have been out of timeouts. You put them in a very difficult spot to get up, spike it. Now you give them an opportunity to hit the sideline with Gostkowski. They're probably going to get 3 points here.
And they got a 6-yard scramble. And remember, not out of bounds. They've used their last timeout. Coming down the stretch, there's only 3 seconds. Brady is able to spike it. He will stop the clock with 3 seconds remaining right here. And I suppose it's Hail Mary time coming up for Brady and the Patriots.
This is the ultimate hold your breath play.
Yeah,
On
what
either
would,
side.
what would you do? What were you trained to do as a defensive back, Brian, on the Hail Mary situation?
Well, you don't want to be the last to get off the ground. What I mean by that, you don't want to allow the offensive player to jump the gun and jump before you do because now you're behind. But also, too, you don't want to be too aggressive because we know, Mike, unfortunately, you don't have your headsets on a spot foul where easily put the ball where? On the goal, on the 1 yard line.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And stops it.
Which does not make any sense. I understand you're not a part of the rules committee, but you need to find a way to use your insight to change that because that sucks.
So the Eagles come back and stop the clock with their second timeout.
Good call. Good use of the timeout.
I don't know if you'll agree with this. I'd like to see Alshon Jeffrey back there in the secondary because
would
of
love to.
because of his size and his height, his length. I'd put him back
And
there.
he has the best ball skills
Absolutely.
on the Eagles. I think that would be ideal. Just to use him as the jumper. That's what we call that player, the jumper.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are we permitted to say that was a bad decision by Tom Brady, too?
Yes.
Thinking he could get to the sidelines there?
Yeah.
Gil, I thought he was going to throw it away because with his
right.
wheels, I thought it might take him the full 20 seconds to get out of bounds.
That's right.
And also, too, to the point you made, Amal, earlier, if they don't throw the ball on 3rd down, we're in halftime right now.
Absolutely.
Getting ready for a 30-minute halftime show.
And there's a prop on Justin Timberlake's first song. Inside information, bet filthy.
Brent, it's come to this. Bet filthy.
I don't know where I get this stuff.
Filthy was steamed.
Remember, they have Gronkowski.
And be careful on the tackle here. Don't go high on anybody.
Oh.
It's a Tyreek Hill kind of play. Didn't get there.
Hey, way to pad the stats.
Yeah.
End of the first half. 22-12, Philadelphia with the lead. We're going to take a break, and on vsin.com, remember, you will go downstairs. Jonathan Von Tobel down there will update the various props that have been decided here in the first half. And on SiriusXM, our listeners will go to commercial. When you come back, we will have the very latest in odds, and believe me, we'll have the static second half lines. Going to be interesting. Back momentarily.
This is the 52 Special In-Game Wagering Show. Follow us at vsin.com and SiriusXM Channel 204.